Howdy, my name's Mudbrain, and it's been a few months. Again. Sorry about that. I'm back though, and while I was gone, I spent that time thinking and grinding. Mostly grinding, not much thinking. What was I grinding away at, you might ask? What could possibly be worth my precious, limited time here on this planet? Fucking Champ Cape, baby! Look at it! Beautiful, gorgeous, stately, regal, the epitome of elegance. I spent so much money on cannonballs. The Champions Challenge. An old, rather obscure piece of content, and quite frankly, one that's utterly pointless. And I love it. Added way back in 05, the challenge goes as follows. There are 10 different races represented by the Champions Guild. Each of these races can be found throughout Gielinor and have a 1 in 5,000 chance of dropping a Champions Challenge scroll. Take this scroll to the Champions Guild, fight the appropriate champion, and be rewarded with a small amount of Slayer and hit points experience. So far, pretty lackluster. But wait, it gets spicier. Say you manage to collect all 10 of the scrolls. Should you defeat all 10 champions, the human champion of champions, Big Dick Leon Decor himself, will challenge you personally. And your reward for defeating him? Nothing. Well, originally it was nothing. Nowadays, you get that sweet, sweet cape as a reward. But on launch, all you would get is a bit of experience. I remember as a kid looking stuff up on Sal's Realm, shout out to Salmonius. When I ran across this bit of content, it was mystifying. A piece of content from before I even started playing, yet I'd never heard anybody even mention it. Didn't take long to figure out why though. Now let me break things down a little bit further. You got 10 different NPCs to farm for a 1 in 5k drop from each. It's not too bad, but then you see which NPCs they are. Goblins, hobgoblins, zombies, skeletons, giants. Nothing too odd, easy to find large groups of them. Lesser demons, a bit more cumbersome, but not too bad. It feels weird that the champion would be a lesser and not a greater, but whatever. Jogers though? Fucking jungle ogres? Why? That's just so specific, so niche. I guess they might be the strongest ogre variant, but by that logic, the demon champion should be a greater or even a black demon. We're not even done yet though, there's a ghoul champion. You know, ghouls? The ever-popular monster we all know and love, ghouls. Name one player who doesn't love ghouls. Oh wait. Fucking why, Jagex? Also, Earth Warriors. Man, I don't even know what to say about them. They exist only in one small room of a single dungeon that just so happens to be in the wilderness. I think Vanica assigns them as a Slayer task. They're so isolated, players wouldn't know they exist if not for that. But apparently they're notable enough to be represented by the Champions Guild. And the bane of every aspiring champion, imps. A creature so weak it refuses to fight back in combat. A monster so spread out across Gielinor that they can be found almost anywhere, yet never in concentrated areas like most mobs. Go kill like 5,000 of them. But I did it. I could have spent that time learning the Inferno, training skills. I mean, hell, I could have written another video during that time. Was it worth it? I mean, yeah. To me it was. Completing the Champions Challenge is an expensive, arduous, and all-around pointless endeavor. And it always has been. But isn't that why we play Runescape? This community loves to set their own goals, restrict themselves in unique ways, and explore every nook and cranny of Gielinor. The Champions Challenge, and subsequently the Cape, embody this mentality as well as any content could. Everybody's goals are unique, and every grind is a story to tell. But these fucking skeletons though, I got lucky on some of the shittier scrolls, right? Earth Warriors took me maybe 200 kills, ghouls around 1,000, imps maybe a bit over 1,000, but skeletons though, motherfucking skeletons. I swear, to all that is holy and delicious, I fired enough cannonballs underneath a dig site to collapse the whole fucking cave. I tried keeping track of how many skeletons, I really did. The bones, they kept piling up. 1,000 became 2, then 3, then before I knew it, I was well past 5,000. How much longer could it take, I asked myself. I'm already over the drop rate and must be soon. Those were the words of a foolish goblin, a naive adventurer, somebody who did not know the pain of being champion. 6,000, 7, 8, calcium chunks littered the floor around me, bones splintering under the weight of cannon fire. Time had lost meaning. The only numbers that mattered were those of fallen bones. 10, 11, 12,000 fell before me. No longer could I comprehend speech, only the chattering of bones. The numbers meant nothing and soon fell to the wayside, buried beneath a sea of skeletons. Was I a skeleton too, deep down inside? Perhaps I held the scroll all along. The dead around me seek to free the skeleton within. They know the way to face the skeleton champion. I must become the skeleton. Feel the flesh from my bones, brothers. Oh, there's the scroll. Oh, fuck me. Thanks for sticking around and dealing with my non-existent upload schedule. I'm trying to get more videos put together. I got a few scripts on the back burner. I'm always open to suggestions, though. If there's anything you want me to talk about, let me know in the comments. The more video ideas I have on the back burner, the better. Right now, I've got a video about Rarest's history in the works, from his birth up to his betrayal. That script might take a while, though. Also thinking about writing one about Nex, seeing as she's coming out. A lot of people probably don't know her story. The Temple of Lost Ancients, which is where the God Wars dungeon is, it wouldn't exist without her. But, you know, story for another time. Alright, yeah, I'm gonna go chug some coffee and stare at my champ cape a bit more. Have a nice day. Say hello to your grandmother for me.